everybody, and welcome back to Meraki TV. I'm Demetriou, and I'm honoured to have you joining me once again to celebrate being Greek Aussie style. Tonight on the show, we have Billy Cotsis as he takes us to an ancient Greek city in Italy. The kids go to a cooking class. Helen makes zucchini and feta fritters. Yum! Noula talks about our window of tolerance, and Yianna is back with all the latest entertainment news from Greece. But first up, let's talk food. Ancient Greek physician Hippocrates of Kos is considered to be the father of medicine. Doctors all take the Hippocratic oath, and he penned the famous quote, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food." Embracing this philosophy, there is a new interesting eatery in Sydney, aptly named Hippocrates Healthy Eatery. Maria, also from Kos, could not pass up the opportunity to see if this eatery was living up to its namesake.
Hi Harry.
Hello Maria, how are you?
Good, we're very excited to be here today. Tell us a little bit about the Hippocrates Eatery here.
Well, basically, Hippocrates Health Eatery is about healthy eating. I was actually quite sick, but for many, many years, and I discovered through my food, I healed a lot of my problems. And I studied a lot Hippocrates and Asclepius and Socrates, and I discovered this, our ancestors were all plant-based, and they used the diet and food for medicine. And I just basically did the same thing to myself, and within about 12 months I healed from a lot of problems that I had. I thought I had another 5 or 10 years to live, and now I think I've got another 40 or 50 years to live.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Hippocrates is obviously food is your medicine and medicine is your food, and I think that's the concept that we have here on the menu. So the menu is all vegan, is that correct?
We are beyond vegan. We don't have any processed foods at all. We don't have any food with gluten. And everything is organic. So we took it one step further. There's a lot of people saying to me, but organic, you know, it's a big scam. It's not a big scam, because when you see the products that we have as organic, that they could be out of the fridge for weeks and weeks and weeks, for example, and they don't go off. They might just go very ripe, like it used to happen at my farm in Corfu. You know, my tomatoes would just get really, really ripe when we cut them out, but they would never get mold. But the other tomatoes we get from the normal ones, the conventionals, within about 3 or 4 days, they have mold. And this is why I'm saying to people, it's better to have everything organic. It's a little bit more expensive, but, you know, how much money do you put to your health?
Your smoothies, nectar, the drink of the gods. So these are incredible smoothies that you have that have, mine has endorphins.
Yeah.
So these are chemicals that are released in our bodies, and this helps promote that?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. For example, you know, the oxytocin, we also call it the love hormone, which was a bit of a problem for me, to tell you the truth, because, you know, my libido went up, and then I'm still single, so it's still a problem for me.
So none of that for you then?
But,
Okay.
you know, the serotonin, all the endorphin, all this, they actually, you know, the chemicals that we do need in our bodies, and this is what these ones actually do. They release those, they help the body to release those chemicals, that they can make us happy, that they can make us sleepy, that we have a better sleep.
So I'm very excited. I'm going to try my endorphin smoothie. I'm feeling happy already. Oh, that's, that is a great taste. And some of your meals are actually based on names after gods. Any particular reason?
Well, look, my inspiration was from the ancient times, you know, from our ancestors. So, you know, I thought that the best thing to do is just, of course, give them names from our philosophers, our heroes, our gods, because, you know, have the Achilles dessert, for example, which is, it's very interesting because there's no processed sugar at all in our desserts. Everything, for example, our raw carrot cake, everything is raw. People absolutely love it. And it's a dessert that you can give to your kids in the morning for breakfast. Yeah. You know, we used a little bit of date, natural organic date, and that's the only sweetener that is there. Everything else is just natural, whole food, and you eat a dessert that is actually good for you.
If we want home delivery, what's our option?
Well, people can go to our website and they can order through there. The menu is there. They can pay online, and the food can be delivered through us. Or we have an option with Menulog as well, and Uber.
Harry?
So yes.
Cheers.
Well, cheers. Yamas.
Yamas.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Hi Helen, it's great to see you on Kids Corner. So what are you doing today?
Well, today we're actually at the Culinary School during a school holidays program, and we're cooking lots of cakes, cupcakes, and today's a special edition hamburger.
Sounds very yummy.
Do you like cooking?
Yes,
What are you making?
a cheeseburger cake.
Are you using real meat?
No,
What's the best part about the class?
the part where we make the patty.
What do you put in the patty?
We put rice crackers, chocolate, and marshmallows.
Nice. So what is this? Is this mincemeat?
No, it's not. It's a combination of chocolate, marshmallows, and Cocoa Pops.
Do you think it was hard for the kids to make this?
Does it look like it was? This was actually made by an 8-year-old. It is not hard at all. We've got amazing chefs here that help all the kids through the school holidays. Not hard at all.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you've done so far?
We've made the lettuce, tomato, and cheese.
Was it real lettuce?
No, it's fondant.
Hello, what's your name?
Sophia.
That's my name too. Is this your first time airbrushing and was it fun?
Yes, it was my first time and it was fun.
What's your name?
Ryan.
What do you like airbrushing?
It's really cool because not a lot of people airbrush, but when you do, it's make it easier to colour the cake.
Hi, what's your name?
Christelle.
How was your experience today with today's class?
It was really fun.
Is this just for the school holidays?
No, Yianna, the beautiful thing about this is that you can do these any time of the year. We've got classes that run 4 weeks in a row. We have one-off classes. We have teenagers. We have kids classes. It's all year round at the Culinary School.
Wow.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Helen's Cuisine. Tonight we're making zucchini and feta fritters. It's all the craze at the moment, and let me tell you, I now know why, and you're going to find out too. So you're going to need a few essential ingredients. You're going to need some zucchinis, you're going to need some onion, you're going to need this beautiful Vegeta stock, some feta, 2 eggs, salt and pepper, a little bit of cumin. You're going to need some flour and some breadcrumb. To start off with, you're going to have to start, or you should start, I should say, with your zucchini. Now you can use this beautiful zucchini, you can use the white zucchini, which is a little bit sweeter, but this one is the best for our fritters. So use the thick side or the bigger side of your grater. You can use the smaller side, but this one's going to make it chunkier and much more meatier. What I'm going to do now is put a little bit of salt on there, and then I'm going to put it in some paper toweling to get all the moisture out. So I'm just pressing down very gently with our paper toweling, and I'm going to leave it covered while I get the rest of our ingredients ready, and that should take out most of the moisture. You can normally leave it in there for about half an hour. That gets all the moisture out, but when you're in a hurry and you've got starving family waiting, this is a 5-minute job and you're done. So I'm putting our zucchini aside. And what I'm then going to start with is just grating our onion. Now you can dice your onion, but I like it grated because it doesn't leave any chunky pieces in there, and that smell of the onion all the way through it is delicious. So we've got our finely grated onion in there. We've got some chunky pieces in there too. Just chop those up really, really finely and throw them in as well. So I'm simply going to add our zucchini back into the bowl. We're going to add a little bit of cumin, about 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, about 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This is my lethal weapon, Vegeta. I'd put Vegeta in everything. I'd put it in my cereal if I could. But this is such a great flavour enhancer that you can put it in absolutely anything. About 1/4 teaspoon. Give that a little bit of a toss. Now we'll add in our flour. So I'm going to add in about 1 cup of flour. It's about at this stage that you want to crumble your feta through this. So many people ask me which feta I like using best. I can't go past Kelmos cheeses, especially their feta. It's amazing. We're going to now add about 1 cup of breadcrumb. What you need last, but not least, is 1 egg, and that's just going to help bind all your ingredients together. So you don't want it too moist. You want it kind of fairly dry, but moist enough, because that's what's going to make it really, really succulent. So for my gluten-free friends out there, all you need to do is substitute it with gluten-free breadcrumb and flour, and it has exactly the same texture and taste. So you've got your fry pan on. You don't want it too hot. You want it on medium heat, and I'm just going to layer the bottom of it with some oil. So gently place them in on medium heat, and we're going to leave them on one side for about 2 minutes. Lightly browned on one side, we're ready to flip them. So these are ready to come out, guys, and what I like to do is put them on some paper towel just to get the oil out of them. So there you have it, guys, your zucchini stack. Looks incredible as it is, but I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of tzatziki. We're going to crumble some more feta, because there's never enough feta in life. And we're going to garnish it with a little bit more dill. And there you have it, guys. Gali orexi, your zucchini and feta fritters.
Hey guys, guess what we're going to talk about today? Well, you can't guess, can you? So I'm going to tell you. We're going to talk about our nervous system. What I want to introduce you to is something called the window of tolerance. This, imagine, is a window. See between my two hands. This is where I call it all of our feels live. All the feels are in this window of tolerance. Now sometimes, you know, someone's window of tolerance might be this big. Sometimes might be this big, huge, massive, whatever it is. This is the capacity for you to have joy, sadness, excitement, fear. It's all in here. So you get up in the morning, the sun is shining, you're feeling really great. Then you arrive to your computer. You open it up, there's an email there. Down you go. But you're in your window of tolerance. But then there's a couple of times where, you know, we go cuckoo. And there's 2 places of cuckoo-ness. One place is up here and the other one is down there. This place we're going to call the attic, and that one we're going to call the basement. The attic is where we lose it, really. That's where we go fight, flight, freeze. The one in the basement is where we just collapse. We have no motivation, we have no desire to eat, we don't want to talk to our friends. We're actually immobilized. The thing to know about this, right, is that when you've gone either to the attic or to the basement, this little fellow here, the prefrontal cortex, the one that is capable of making decisions, the one that is creative, the one that has imagination, the one who can problem solve, who has clarity of thought, has gone offline. Physiologically speaking, not metaphorically. Why? Because our nervous system has been designed to protect us. So if we've gone beyond our window of tolerance, it's because our nervous system has discovered that there's an external threat. And it chooses whether it goes to the attic or to the basement, not you. So in many respects, it's not your fault if you lose it. But I want you to know that you have the capacity to say, I'm okay, I can deal with this, I can manage this. And what I'd like you to do is get one of those extreme sour lollies. Eat it, you'll end up doing this. What it does, it brings you back up online. It brings you online. And then you can go, all right, you'll find that your breath will change, because what will have happened before is your heart will be racing and you'll be breathing shallowly up here instead of breathing down here. This is nervous breathing up here, anxiety breathing up here. So you're making things worse anyway. It'll bring your breath down, into your belly, your heart rate down. After you've eaten that extreme lolly, then you can just gather your thoughts again and go, okay, why am I so upset right now? You can still be, don't forget, all the feels, you can still be upset, but you're not hostage to the emotion of upsettedness or anger, right? More power to you.
And now, back by popular demand, Yianna, with all the entertainment news from Greece.
Hi everybody, I'm Yianna and I'm so excited to be bringing you all the Kotsompoulos from Greece here on Meraki TV. Despina Vandi has spoken about the challenge of staying fit, going as far to share her new fitness routine. The 50-year-old singer, who always looks amazing on film and on stage, says she works hard for her figure using a mix of yoga, handstands and, wait for it, a gymnastic ring routine. She definitely seems to be going the extra mile, and that's what we call taking it up a notch. The famous Dimitris Mitropanos has a nephew of the same name, and he has come to fame of late in Greece's gossip magazine after being unearthed on Greece Has Talent. He didn't make it all the way to the end, but that hasn't stopped this talent. He's moved to Germany, where he's studying music at the Conservatorium, and has now teamed up with Greek label Real Music and songwriters Christos Liveris and Petros Vasileios to release his first single entitled Ψάξε στη δική μου καρδιά. It's due out soon, and if this boy has a smidge of the talent of his uncle, I am sure he will be a huge success.
Στη φτωχοκοιτονιά βρέχει και στην καρδιά μου.
I'm sure everyone has heard of Pandelis Pandelidis, but have you heard of his younger brother Konstantinos? It seems Pandelis did not harbour all the talent in the family. Konstantinos has released his own music of late called Με θες ακόμα, written and performed by himself. Konstantinos shows he has the chops to stack up to the high bar his brother left behind. With the reminiscent tone of Pandelis, he has a deep, rich tone that evokes guttural emotion and music and lyrics that instantly touch the heart and soul. His track is available on Spotify, YouTube and iTunes.
Με θες ακόμα. Πες μου λοιπόν τι καταφέρνεις με αυτά που κάνεις. Στο τέλος θα με χάσεις παντελώς. Και για σένα δυστυχώς ποτέ μου δεν θα ξανά.
This week on our travel segment, we show you an excerpt from Billy Cotsis' upcoming documentary called Magna Graecia, a region in Italy that was settled by Greeks back in ancient times, who have unbelievably, to this day, kept the original language of Graeko alive. The full documentary will be out in 2021, but here is a sneak peek just for you.
For 2,800 years, Greek people have inhabited Mania Grecia, Greater Greece, specifically across Calabria, Apulia, and also Sicily and other parts of Italy.
Καλημέρα, είμαι η Μαρία Ολύμπια και zapletenko στο Graeko τη Calabria, τη γλώσσα μου. Hello, I'm Maria Olympia. I'm talking to you, I've just talked to you in Graeko. That is a very ancient language spoken in southern Calabria. I speak this language because my dad has always spoken to me and to my sister since we were born in this ancient language. And I'm here talking to you because I prepared all the classes for trilingual because I want to teach Graeko to everyone, because I think if you also start learning Graeko, then this language can actually survive also in 2018.
So this is Gadiciano, or if you look at it on spelling, it's Galiciano, but Gadiciano is the way the locals call it. It's a very historic village. It's possibly one of the most historic villages in the entire Greek world. Certainly it's one of the most historic in all of Italy and Calabria. What makes it unique is there's been a continuous presence right here in this mountain, almost the mountaintop, for over 2,000 years. And at the moment, as we walk through this village, you will see that there is a dwindling number. So when I was here 16 years ago, there were still about maybe 200, 150 people remaining here, with some young people. Speaking to locals this morning, they're telling us there's about 40 to 50 people remaining. You walk around the town, you see the street signs, they're in two languages, modern Greek and Graeko. So you're not going to see anything in Italian, you're not going to see a street name in English, it's going to be in the two Greek dialects.
Καλό βράδυ και καλώς ήρθετε. Εγώ είμαι ο Μίμωνου Κέρα Μιλινάρη. Έρχομαι από το Γαλλικιανό. Πριν από γεννήσινα επλάτησα βιάτα ελληνικό. Η μάνα μου και ο τζούρι μου είναι επλατήσα μά Ιταλικά. Επλάτησα βιάτα ελληνικά. Και εγώ το μάτια μεσαίτο. Άρτεσαν, γεννάστηκαν μέγα. Δουλέψαμε μεγάλο φίλο των Γαλλικιανών, τον Ροβούι και τον Βούα, να μην χάσει γλώσσα. 50 χρόνια δουλέψαμε in μία. Και όλα με τον γιατρό του Σκουελάκη, το μεσαίμα. Και άρτε, την εφέραμε φινότε. Αμπρό δεν ξέρουμε πλέον. Γιατί εμείς τερό που πάει μένουμε παλαιοί.
So this is the town of Vua. Vua is quite special. It's one of the traditional 9, or one of the 9 remaining villages where some Graeko will be spoken. I was here in 2002 and there were probably around about 50 or 60% of the village that could still speak and understand Graeko. Everyone in here is Graeko. They believe and they know that their heritage is from the Greeks. Unfortunately, a lot of the speakers have moved away. They've gone to other places, they've gone where there's work, and some of the elderly speakers have passed away. What really excites me about this particular sign is you can see how beautiful, you can see the dramatic landscape of Vua, because you are on a mountain and you can see the sea, you can see the mountains beyond. It's beautiful. But you also have a sign here in the traditional Graeko. Kalos ήρθατε στον Vua, which clearly it's exciting because it's the dialect goes back to the ancient Greeks. One of the most important names to the Graeko community is Gerhard Hrofs. He was an academic. He was someone who came to the region early last century, and he studied the language, and he came many times, and he concluded that the language was from the ancient Greeks. So he was a linguist. He was one of the first people in modern times that said, yes, this is a region that's connected to the early settlers that came 2,800, 2,700 years ago.
And that's it for our show tonight. Don't forget to download our app to watch replays and get all the Meraki TV news. Until next week, I'm Demetriou. Kalinita.